reading. I've been thinking on your video. Now, as I said, regardless of zodiac, every time I do a video, and I have a break in between, some songs will come into my head or some vibes will come into my head. I was finding it really hard to find a notion or a connection or a title of what the energy I felt for you guys was. Now, a few things come through. The word blue moon might have been directly connected to you guys, of a change connected to that time. Also feeling blue. On top of that, the need for speed, that came through. That you're wanting something to pick up pace. You're wanting something to change. But it's weird because as it does, I feel you're then going into like, oh, slow down. You're meditating on something. You're definitely meditating on something. You know, you're still who you are to the core. And sometimes you're thinking you're at fault for something. That you're scared you're going to be a victim, and I don't know why, but we're going to see what this energy is about. We're going to see what's going on with that. You're trying to remain true to yourself without losing sense of self, if that makes sense. But you're looking at a situation. Now, I don't feel you're completely in hermit mode. I feel sometimes a lot of your energy has been really pulled in many directions, and you're feeling you're multitasking. You're feeling like you're in a circus and you're juggling heaps and heaps of things. Hello, lovely. So you're sort of juggling and you're thinking, gosh, how is all this going to come about? How am I going to keep the balance here? Am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Am I enabling? Am I disabling? So I feel you're psychoanalyzing yourself quite a bit. Sometimes you're needing to retreat in order to gain clarity. Other times you're thinking you need, no matter what, even though you're very, very fatigued, you're having to move forward and really work through that energy. I feel it's like you've been in the storm for a while. Now, Librans are very balanced energies and they can tolerate a great deal through choice. You know, we all have a responsibility in a sense of what we choose to do and what we choose not to do. So it's not like it's the external that is causing this. You're choosing to be part of these situations for given reasons. There's a reason why your soul has chose this path. So you understand that and you're working with it day by day. That's what I'm getting so far. You're meditating on a situation and you're trying to gain some clarity from it. You're trying to work out why. Oh, that's quite funny. My daughter's left her phone. Shanice, if you're watching this, I've got your phone. You're trying to work out why something is happening the way it is. Your vibration of what you're sensing is really contradicting what you're knowing. But you're not seeing the evidence of, it's almost like your notions, your feelings, your vibrations. What you're seeing and what you're sensing is two different things. It's two different things. So you know something's going to go a certain way, yet you also do know there's a process to it. So your intuition, you keep going back to the table with the situation and you're thinking, that's happening, but I'm seeing something going this way. And it's not, how would I put it? It's not because you're wanting something to go a certain way. Your intuition is telling you it's going a certain way. So that confuses your frequency, because what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and what is happening isn't what you're feeling is going to come full circle. Yeah, it's like it's not what you're seeing is coming. So follow your gut connected to this. I do feel you're going to be observing. You're trying to shine light on a situation. You're having to really get down to work in February. I feel you're really being very busy. If you think you're busy now in January, batten down the hatches, people. You're going to be very busy. Life is going to be hectic. You're going to be tired. Some of you really are already feeling this energy and have been through January. But definitely you're looking back on your life and you're thinking, why has this been so? You know, why is it taken so long? You're a very positive person though, so it's not like you're feeling sorry for yourself. When these triggers come up, it's because you're just thinking, God, I'm so bloody tired. When is this flow just gonna, you know, am I on the right path? And I do see a lot of you guys actually really getting up in your head about things, and being asked to not get up in it, but you need to, because you're actually trying to process aspects of yourself, aspects of your past, in order to move forward. A lot of it did happen in 2017 for you guys, which is relevant to what I'm talking about now. So this will relate to you, how it's going to directly relate. Hello. Yes, you caught me live. Libra. Don't know if it comes up on thumbnail directly when we're live. I'm pretty sure it does, because I did see Yvonne on the other day, except when I logged on I didn't see anything, so it was like, okay, sorry. Anyway, Yvonne, if you're watching, hello. So, again, tuning back in. Puff. Okay, a lot of us are up in our heads about a situation. Now, for some of us, this can be connected to a relationship. Believe me, your frequency's off. Your frequency is all over the shop. So I will pull clarifiers connected to this. That's the area I'm going to pull right now. Connected to a decision. We need to get some grounding and clarity on it. So let's see. Connected to a left-right, I'm feeling. It's a left-right. It's a decision. It's where clarity is needed, that you're very, very concerned. I feel, look, February you're going to be doing that. You're going to have to think on your feet. You're really going to have to think on your feet, because this energy is constantly changing. Even if you think something isn't on track to where it needs to be, you're still going to keep working on this, regardless, because it's part of your path. It's part of what you need to do. It's something you've already started, or something you're gauging in onto, and you're assessing a situation. The answer to a degree is yes. The answer to a degree is no. Now, somebody asked if, okay, connected to person, love interest. This is what I'm hearing. You're wondering if their vibration is correct. Now, it's yes and no, but your vibration is no. Your vibration is incorrect, because anything you're fearing, you're taking part in that situation. You're part of the equation. How can you change your situation in this so that the vibration changes? So you need to look at your ownership in this situation. And I can see you getting a headache. It's like almost like, oh, this is a pain in the neck. And it might be you. You're feeling that you're going through something and it's making you tense, and you're thinking, how do I directly gauge this? How do I sense this? What do I do? How do I approach this situation? You are really thinking on your feet. You're retreating to think on it and gain clarity. Then you're moving forward and you're doing work, and you're still being who you are to the core. Then you're retreating again, gaining more insight, gaining more information. It feels like it doesn't feel like it's 1 step forward, 10 steps back. Soul-wise, perhaps. Physically speaking, you're still taking steps forward regardless. Now you're asking, is this the wrong step? Right now, no, it's not, because it's the steps you're taking. So obviously it's the path you're supposed to be on, because you haven't walked away from your learnings and your education of what you're growing into. So it's not that it's wrong, it's just taken longer than what you physically thought it would, or it's not going the way you physically thought it would right away. But your intuition's telling you something's coming. It's like and I tried to explain this situation to a person a while ago. You can't break what's broken. So when you've broken something, it can come up in a point of a trigger. And this, for some of you, is going to be connected to twin flame, because I've just looked up and there was 11. Also, for some of you, when you have been broken, especially 2016, 2017, it was all tools to get you ready for 2018. Now, being a number 2 year, what you're going to find is January is almost nil and void. It's like, you know, we're still coming through the holidays. We're still trying to get into the transition of 2018. we have plans, but our vibe's off. So sensing is going to be extremely necessary in 2018. Our intuition is going to be incredibly necessary. And I'm going to be doing a lot of videos connected to tapping into your psychic gifts, how to work with them, how to understand the information that's coming through, so that we can actually tune these energies, because we're going to need them on a daily basis. So I won't be surprised if I get many more readings when we get these vibrations, because the sense I'm getting of 2018 is very much we don't know what's coming. And this is going to be week by week, month by month. So the videos I'm going to try and base around definitely going to be the live sessions, although I think more the spiritual aspect of the things I'm going to try and help you guys on are connected to indigo children, numbers, psychic gifts, how to channel, you know, so that you guys can use your assets to help you through this process in 2018, because it's like we're going to have a lot of things coming at left field. And it's not like 2018, it's like things we don't see coming. The education was in 2016, 2017, because 2016 was suppression, 2017 was pushing shit uphill. And, you know, a lot of purging, you know, things were coming at us all the time, and we were just getting to the point where we're going, okay, what next? Now it's like we're going into this phase where we're to think on our feet. You have passion for an area you're focusing on. So this moving forward, moving back, connected to an individual, connected to your life path, you're going to have to be creative when you're dealing with it. Now this can be on the 25th. And again, something to do with Christmas. I don't know why. For many of the zodiac signs, what's coming through is we're frustrated because we felt change was coming around that time. We knew and sensed it was. So we had the aha moment back then. And this is going to be relevant to how it fits for you guys physically. It's connected to heart. What you love, what you want, what you desire. That's the key. At Christmas, what you wanted. Could it be love? You know, the connection you want, it needs to be a passionate soul connection, and you don't want to have anything less than that. So you're tuning into what road's correct for you. For some of you, you will start having ailments. Now, this has already started, I do believe, for many. It can be fatigue. It can be where your body is getting to a point you feel completely fatigued and run down, and you shut down. And when I say shut down, get very tired, you need to sleep, or suddenly you become more hungry. Energetically, there's a huge change with you guys. Huge, huge change. You're wanting a balance back as well. You really need balance back in your life. You know, you've gone without some pleasures. You've gone without the action and the movement. And some of you have held the actions back to see, you know, what's going on. You want to see what's happening. So sometimes the universe is taking your energy away so you don't place your energy on a twin, on a situation, towards a road, because you're not meant to just yet. Divine timing, I'm hearing. Okay. Now, clarity. What clarity are you guys needing? Because I'm feeling as though it's like you don't know why you're doing something. Yes? Apologies. 5 seconds. You're going to need to wait till I'm off, and then we can discuss this. Okay, so I feel with the clarity with something, it's like you've been waiting for something. This is something that you have dreamed about or have dreams about. Now, I also do need to speak about dreams, because those of us who are more in tune to dreams, I do need to discuss this. Now, this is going to be relevant to your reading, but also for those who are cross-watching. If you're listening, this is a message for you as well. Now, dream interpretations. A lot of us don't realise that inside a dream, a repetitious dream is not a dream. It can actually be a premonition, especially if you can't really, you know, they do say in dreams, we generally will never dream of someone we haven't met. Now, my feeling is, from a psychic's point of view, is that I do know that there is a difference between a dream and a premonition. The feeling and the energy within the dream will be very different. It will be repetitious. It can be connected to a person you know, a love interest. I physically had a dream of my child before she was born. That's not a dream. That's a premonition. There's a difference. If you physically cannot recognize the aspect inside the dream, it's a direct message for you. And I'm being shown somewhat of a dream. This can be either a dream you're wishing for, or physically you need to pay attention to your premonitions within the dreams. Now, some of the videos I'm going to do are based on that, how to decipher the code within dreams, and how to break it down, because some of the elements inside dreams can be, as soon as you visually see it, for me, there was an old school desk in one of my premonitions. Now, I'm talking really old school desk, and it's a wood school desk, right? The old ones that had the lift-up tray, little pencil holder, ink holder. Now, long time, had not seen any. And this was from my childhood, but this dream came about probably when I was in my 20s. Yes, I'm old. Well, I'm older than 20. So when I was seeing this dream, the other aspects inside the dream, I don't completely know as yet how it directly relates, but I visually did see suddenly desks similar to that all last year, which was connected to timing. That process within that premonition had started. So that's sometimes how you need to decipher the code inside your dreams. You'll energetically get downloads and messages and aha moments. They will be your cue as to how it's relevant. Now, I did not see an exact replica till probably 7 months ago, and that's when the cycle within that premonition started moving. So that has already been moving now inside that premonition for 7 months. Now you're going to get insight inside this premonition. So it is connected to this one direct dream that you're going to have an aha moment inside that dream. You're going to see visually something of it, and it's going to give you insight. It's giving you a future view of what's going to happen. So any of you, have you had this experience while I'm up here talking about it right now? If you have any questions about that. Look, energetically, some of us will be an empath. And when you are, it will kind of get you to a point where energetically, if you're around people, you'll need to do the whole hermit thing, cleanse and detox. Okay, so pay attention to the premonition within that dream, or the codes coming through to you. They're giving you a sign. And see, I am a Libran, and I don't know what comes through in these kind of readings, but I do know this is directly connected to that school desk, so that's my confirmation. Yeah, look, even though a person is in hermit mode, it doesn't mean anything's not changing. It is changing. You're assessing, you're gauging, you're internally doing the work. So we can physically be out there and about, but internally, inside ourselves, in our mind, processing. So hermit mode can be many things. Now, your intuition and your third eye, you know, really, really evaluate yourself. I should answer my daughter's phone. She'd be very cheesed off. It's a shame I don't have the pool close by. She'll kill me if she hears me say that. Okay, so connected to this direction, what does the Libran need to know? I do feel you guys being quite stressed. Thank you, Jen. Okay, theoretically, I'm coming to the evening, so is it morning for you, Jen? It's her birthday tomorrow. She actually was stalking the last 2 readings because she said, is Jen on? Jen's on now. Do you want to say hello?
Where's my phone?
It's right here calling. It's very rude. Do you want to say hello to Jen? Goodbye. I'm doing the reading. Goodbye.
Hiya!
It's night.
Next to Mum.
Good evening, Jen.
Good evening, Jen. Mum, can I go to the beach?
I'm doing a reading. Can you please goodbye when I'm tuning? You're being rude. They can come out of this computer and start screaming at you because they want their reading. Goodbye. Okay. Part of your desires aren't fully being met, right? And you're not communicating this. But that's not bad. Your dream is still happening because it's directly on top of it. But, you know, you're thinking, well, they are part of that. You're getting messages and signs. You're a bit worried because you're thinking, are you off par connected to this dream? You know, how is that going to come about? So it's a strange energy. It's like you actually know what your premonition dream / info is being downloaded to you, yet you're not seeing it, yet you can feel it. And that's what I've been saying about 2018. A lot of us are really coming to a point where we're physically, intuitively feeling something, but not physically seeing it right away, yet our intuition is on par. Now, your insight is there, and that's why you're not speaking. Because you don't want to ruin the path. You don't want to tamper with the flow of the natural course of events. So you're letting things unfold naturally. Now, for some of you, this is romantically driven. For some of you, this is path ridden. So I'm going to pull some cards romantically speaking, and then I'll get into the couples and singles. We're at 21 minutes already. I'm actually surprised I've got so much done. I've still got to go do my rent inspection. Within dreams, when you feel it's your present moment and you're feeling it's a premonition, it means it's coming closer. It will become more vivid. Also, inside the dream, when you're deciphering it, you might key point your age or your appearance or the situations and the aspects inside the dream. The energy you feel is going to be relevant. The colour, the vibe. There's so many elements inside the dream that you need to decipher. Okay. You're questioning if this is the connection. But again, your dream's telling you it is. So some of you might be going through a phase where you know your road's going a certain way, but then you're questioning, is this my path? You know, was this connected to part of my road? Have I gone down the wrong track? Again, you're up in your head. Is there a connection? Yes, there's a connection, but the laws of attraction are relevant in this situation. And pink is very highlighted inside the roses, and this is heart related. So an aspect of your heart chakra might be harmed in a sense of hurt where you're blocking and you're needing to heal it. So I do feel you're guarding your heart and you're trying to be very protective. So you're following your intuition and you're revoking your throat chakra because you're protecting your heart. And you're not wanting to, you're actually wanting what's to happen to be. I do feel for a lot of you guys, you're actually feeling as though you don't want to force the issue. You want it to be a natural occurrence. You want it to be a genuine, real energy. And I did speak to someone the other day connected to that aspect of, you know, when we're in that ego stage, a lot of us are feeling, but if I possess something, it's truly mine and I can have it. And it's that aspect of the old mindset of feeling that, you know, even on the 3D, a wedding, really, it depends on the vibe you physically go into it with. Does that therefore mean that harm in a sense of hurt, betrayal cannot happen? Well, no, it doesn't. So that did not protect. So really, it's a vibration. And when both of you, of your free accord, are wanting to be in a given situation, the contract, the binding, the, you know, whatever union it is, when it's vibrationally correct and ready, and you're working together as a team, it's just so. So that's where I'm really feeling it's the laws of attraction of your belief system that's changed, where the reason you have that awakening is because you've shifted, and see, my mouth went all funny when I was about to talk about throat chakra. And you're not speaking about it because you're letting the natural cycle of this unfold. It's the laws of attraction. Okay, an aspect of you is really still working on forgiveness, but you don't know how. Or maybe the external is feeling you do not forgive them. You're working through it currently. That's why it's not in the upright. And it might be that you already have, for some of you, that has already passed, where you've moved away from it, but you're not realising that still the heart is healing. To be free so that you're feeling safe. I do feel you're feeling an iffy energy connected to an external situation, and you're sort of gauging it. So you're not wanting to jump in the deep end because you're sort of looking at it going, is this safe? You know, is this road really on track? Are we on the right path here right now? Are external influences going to impact this situation? Do you just, you know, and you're not feeling grounded. This card fell out and it's this way. So it's not you're not feeling it, or you are feeling it. You just don't know which way to go. You don't know how to get time for you where you can actually get the clarity, because you're really busy in February. Okay, let's try and tune into couples and see what's going on with you. Look, money-wise, I'm feeling you're going to be very busy. I feel definitely for your workload, you're manifesting something, and I feel you're going to find it you're going to be quite tactical when it comes to what you're going to need to do. Now, I named this the need for speed because it's like you are literally running. You've got so much to do, tying up loose ends. You don't have time to talk to people, although I'm a Libran, so I'll probably be talking too much. Because that's my aspect of work. So it just feels as though you're going to be applying yourself left, right and centre, trying to actually create a foundation. Now this foundation is going to be relevant for the rest of the year. So the work you do in February, the Hermit mode is meaning you need to get work done. You need to physically get some things finalised, finished. For some of you, it might be packing. For some of you, it might be getting on top of your workload. For some of you, it's communication or meditation connected to what you need to do. But this is going to be relevant. And it's not that you're wanting to do this. You're having to do this to move forward, to gain clarity. So it feels like it's an energy that will go back and forward for all of you. Definitely movement in career for the better, but you're thinking, why did it have to come now when I have so many other things going on? The universe is saying it is part of your life path and you can handle it. Everything that's happening right now is meant to happen. It's divinely guided. Now, you're energetically, if all of a sudden your workload increases, it's because you're tuning too much into the what ifs with the romantic situation. Stop doing that just for a bit, because when you retreat, it flows, because energetically you're not tuning into it to question it, because when you question it, it's like being in a four-wheel drive, you're bumping along the road. When you don't, it's like a flowing river. Let it flow, because ultimately speaking, from a distance, while you're focused and you're grounded, you're going to be able to sense things a lot better. So if you need to retreat, retreat. If you need to move forward, move forward. It's not you're on the wrong path. I'm feeling, and I've been meaning to say this 3 times, for some of you this 2-2 has just jumped up, so for some of you this could be related to, you know, a couple, a soulmate, twin, your life path, you being on the correct path but questioning it. So do, again, go for gold, Google 222 or 22222. And I do have a little link directly below, not directly below. In the folders, there are numerology numbers that I do hold in a folder if you want a quick link. What else was I picking? You're looking at external situation. Now, those of you who are dealing with an energy, when I say an energy, a person, you're pausing and you're assessing the situation. You're looking around you, and it's got nothing to do with this and this isn't right. It's what's behind this person is not. It's not balanced. So you're looking at it and going, I can see something coming. Trust your instincts. You know something's coming. You know something's about to happen. You're going to have to really think on your feet. You're also, your throat chakra, you are using it correctly, because if you feel the need to remove it, remove it. You're doing it tactically, intelligently, so that it does not impact what you're wanting to manifest in your life. You're doing things the correct way. I feel you're making wrong right, and you're changing the energy. Yeah, well, seeing the numbers every day, it's mass changes. So really pay attention to what you have thought at that given point in time when you see the correlating number. And that is the confirmation or response from universe connected to that. Okay, we're going to go into couples. I feel a very heavy energy. Very heavy energy. Which cards do I want to use for you guys? Yeah. Look, again, you cannot balance another individual. Sometimes, especially Librans, need to understand that, you know, that whole balance of the scales and the helping scenario, sometimes we don't realize we're the ones with an addiction and we're actually disabling others by placing our energies there to guide them to avert disaster. Sometimes you need to let the cards fall where they're meant to fall, that energetically is not your role, that they need to do that, and that's their life path. That's not to say that they won't get back on track, but by you doing that, you're delaying their energetic transition. So follow your gut connected to it. That's why I'm feeling the Hermit mode is there. But two cards fell out at the same time, so it's like you're moving away and then you're stepping into your power, and you're doing this back and forward. Okay, couples. What energies do you have for couples? Libra. Now again, look at your rising signs, because I do feel you guys as Librans are going to need quite a bit of information this month. Again, yes, with lyrics, please do follow the information connected to it, because it's giving you a sign. I do feel some of you, musically speaking, will be moving away from negative music to keep you balanced, and that's through choice. You may initially tap into it a bit to purge, but I do feel you're going to actually want to really move away from that for some reason. Okay, I'm using a different deck for... Don't ask me what the name of them is. Again, I will be discussing in a separate video different... Oh, I'll I'll update you later. Let's focus on the reading, because it's getting later in the day. Now, if you are wanting a booking, when I finish this video, I will put the link directly below if you want to make a booking. If you do need to make contact with me via the website, when it asks you for your email address, please put it in, or I can't communicate with you. Sometimes I am active online, but I'm looking at bookings. So if then you've jumped off, I can't respond to you. It says there was a person on the page and has asked you a question, and I can't respond to you. Now, your energy is you're really stepping into your power. Now, some of you may actually be finding out that you're pregnant. Some of you may be co-creating and manifesting and really nurturing. So also, number 3, Google number 3 as a relevance to the crowning of your energy in this partnership, but your energy in the first week. That's what you're moving into February with. Now, this is you're co-creating something. You're manifesting it. You're dreaming it. You're wanting something to come through. This can be for some of you that you find out you're pregnant. Okay. Now, this card's in reverse, so I'm going to tune into it. This is from a person who you're already working with from the past. For some of you, this is someone who is still relevant in your life, and it's like you're working on something from the past, but they're now here for some of you. Or you're working on a situation from the past in February, emotionally speaking. This can be directly linked to a block, but it feels like you're going over old ground and you move forward, and you know, you're trying to see where this is going to go. You're trying to get the balance back in this situation, but you're feeling you need to keep balanced. So you're being real Libran. You're really retraining yourself connected to this. I do feel you're very white lighted, in a sense of there is a guide protecting you. For some of you, I do feel this is grandmother or a female figure. Okay, it is directly connected to divine timing. This can be on the 14th. Okay, again, it's saying that, you know, you've already done the work. It's not you need to do anything differently. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't feel you've got to change anything unless you're guided to. But I do feel, again, you're looking over a situation from the past and you're not knowing how to enter it. You're in it, but you're not knowing how to gauge it because, you know, old triggers from it are coming up and you're going, yeah, but the same things aren't happening. So how is that relevant? Does that make sense? So it's the whole thing's confusing you. You're like, okay, I'm sort of here and it's going that way, but then back then, no, it went that way, and it feels like you have some very confusing energy going on. You're processing. Okay, I feel you're going to have an aha moment. I feel a plan you had is going to go differently to what, you know, you thought it was. And again, you're still working on a situation. You're still working energetically on one area. I'm going to pick some clarity cards on this. Very strange, guys. Look, for some of you that are, you know, questioning past and present, and you're in the middle, you know, some of you might be twins or soulmates, and you're energetically, spiritually connected, but physically not. Watch both or book a reading, because it's complicated energy. It's complex. So there may be messages for you guys in both. Okay, now this person may have had aspects of habits, bad ways. Now, it's not that they're bad. We all travel through energies as such. Codependencies, purging. It feels like they're really purging in the first week. And they got detoxification, okay? So you're coming in with a very abundant energy. They're going through purging. Now, this purging can be, they're actually having a very good hard look at life, where they are, and they're shedding their own skin, their old skin, and looking at it and going, I need this to change, I'm changing. It's more about them. And it can be even down to their habits. They're actually, like, they're knowing now that, and as soon as I said that, I swear, I'm just going to go with the fire. All of a sudden, I just wanted to light up. I don't know why. It's like they're looking at it going, I know why I'm doing it. I know where the trigger comes from. It's like they're having a realization of where this trigger has come from. And they're going to let go of it. They're going to let go and realize that the clarity is going to come through to them. And they're going to go, wow, aha moment. Like, I know where this is coming from. And it's like that I can see them going somewhere. I see them sitting somewhere and they're going, are you serious? Now, this is working through from January through now. This has already started this energy. I'm being shown they already have started this process. They're trusting their intuition connected to something, though. Even though they're saying that they're doing one thing, I do feel as though they are definitely knowing that something's going to go a different way to what they're hoping for it to go. It's not that they're hoping for it to go a certain way. They know that it can't, it's not right. Does that make sense? They're going, I need to do X, Y, and Z, but my energy's feeling this way, but X, Y, and Z is not going the way I energetically know it's going to go. So this will be relevant to how you guys feel. So they're trusting their intuition. They're having to, because they haven't had a lot of clarity towards where the road's going. This toxicity that they'd been dealing with was due to external situations, and they're seeing the reality of it and gaining clarity, and it's like they're realizing that this external situation was preventing them from reaching their higher purpose, their goal, and they've been that suppressed that now it's like they're ready to reach for the stars. They're going, I won't do this anymore. It's like they're having an awakening. They have already, but it's they're stepping into it. It's like they knew what it was. They knew what they needed to do, but then they've come to a place where it was like they kept hearing in their head, I'm not allowed to. I can't. It's not right. This can be society, this can be expectations, this can be personal learnings, personal belief systems. But they know their world. They know what they have to do to be whole. And this is about them. This is not about, this can be about you, but it's this is external that has happened. Okay, they did have the, I wouldn't say feeling sorry for myself, because it feels more heavy than that. Really meditating, and a great deal of hurt connected to their life. Really a great deal of work connected to their life, and sometimes they've felt very alone. Very, very alone, but on the face, on the surface, they've felt very... They've thought they've looked very strong, but this person, you see through that, and you see the gentle side, you see the angelic person that they really are, but their shell, through adversity and, you know, the toxicity, has showed different aspects of them which have pulled triggers in you. They're going to rise above these problems, and they're suddenly going to see their environment very differently. Anything that they've used to block themselves, it's like they're going, no, not this time, not this time, this isn't happening this way. And they're feeling it coming in from January. I'm feeling they're feeling there's no solution. But pause. Then they're sort of coming into this energy of, it's like they've woken up, and it does feel they've gone to bed and they're physically woken up, and they're just, it's like, no, I keep saying tomorrow, but it's today. Today is today. I don't know why their energy is so relevant. It's like you guys need to know what's going on. Oh, okay. Very interesting. That's right. This toxicity, directly speaking, they were feeling this came from childhood, or their parents, or, you know, burdens. It doesn't mean their parents have created this. They're realizing it doesn't. They're realizing it lays deeper than that, and it's a feeling of what they feel they're entitled to. And suddenly, shedding that skin, they're realizing that it wasn't about that. But that was a very dark energy that they'd carried. And the dark energy around them that does haunt them, they're realizing for them to see clarity in the situation. And I've just noticed a dragonfly, which means change of direction. Okay, they're going to have to think on their feet, because an event is going to happen and there will be a change of direction. And okay, I'm seeing them wiping their hands clean. Wiping their hands clean. Now, where they're letting go, money's going to come through suddenly. This can be through them manifesting their future. But that has been a concern. But again, another dragonfly. Change of direction. Trusting their intuition. Connected to a new location. Now this could be a new job. It could be a new way of being. A new way of doing something. Now, moving forward fearlessly, what they're doing. It's not connected to a new opportunity. It's connected to what you're offering them, or what is available for them to have. That maybe they realised they could have it, but they didn't know. They weren't allowing. And again, another dragonfly. Wings. Very interesting. Wings and butterflies. So you're really shedding your skin. You're really changing from one state to another. Partner energy. I'm going to tap back into yours in a tick. Rising above problems, they're going to have to be very creative. They're really going to have an aha moment. They're really going to see something, and it's going to happen in a blink of an eye, and it's going to be, whatever this situation's going to be, it's going to be final. It's going to be, I've made my mind up. They've made their mind up. Their environmental awareness. It's interesting. I don't know why that card's come through. Okay, they haven't been loving themselves. That vibrationally speaking, at an intimate level, it might be that they're relating to you differently intimately. But I can see the urn next to this person. Now, female or male, I'm picking up partner energy. That's all I'm picking. Again, the wings. Where they're purging an aspect of someone who's passed. They're also purging the death of their soul. So they've moved through the dark night of the soul. And when I say that, it's like they've really had a rough road. They've really, really dug deep inside their lives. To feel where their current is going and where they're supposed to be. They've been doing things for everybody, and self-care, I'm hearing. It's time for self-care. So their environmental awareness is they're aware of what's going on. They haven't been speaking it. They have, but they feel suppressed. Let's see what's going on with you guys. They're feeling your energy and they're a bit concerned. Now, your energy coming in is fertility, birth of an idea, manifestation. This can be that you're reconnecting with a person from the past. Now, if they are the person from your past, it's with this person. It's like you felt disconnected. Now you're realizing there's a spiritual connection and you're reconnected. Now, this child is something behind you. This process of what you're trying to do in life is something that you can actually connect with and build upon. The connection for you, you're still going to work on it, but it is going to the next level. You feel that vibration. You don't need to get to know them. The balance will be there because you do know them. You do know this is the way this is going to go. You had felt blocked though, but you've been working on your family related issues and your connection to family and to the people that are in your life connected to this connection or connected to your childhood. Where you're feeling you can't get the forward movement, you do know about the power of manifestation, so you're waiting upon that to transcend. You are romantically connected to them. So it's like you're visually watching. You can see this process coming through. You can see this evolving. And it's like I said, you are like a fly on the wall. You know things are happening and you know the need for speed. The way I named it, I think it's totally relevant because that can be connected to toxicity. It can be connected to your environment. You're really rushing and feeling that, you know, you need more energy to keep going. That so much is coming at left field. And it's more the movie. It's like things coming at left field. You sensing it, but maybe not physically feeling that something's going. Okay. I'm going to tap directly into singles because the battery is going to die on this lovely ones. And then we will answer questions. You guys have been in hermit mode as well. You've been processing a situation. You've been processing a road, and you've been healing, for some of you, from a past tense situation. Family has really felt out of balance for you guys, because the first card that fell out is family harmony. Now, it's this way. When the cards fall that way, the energy I receive is that it's like stagnation. And that's sort of what's crowning you. It's in your mind, and it's at the back of you. But you're trying to move forward, and you've got other things coming at you, and you're thinking, look, I know I need to deal with that, but it's not all one-sided. It's not all my job. Like, you know, energetically, with some people in your family, you've tried to energetically help, you've tried to balance, you've tried to protect. In love, I've just seen a bee. But there's only so much you can do. It's like sometimes you do need to go into that hermit mode, you know, and you know, shine that light, go back and forward till the vibration's correct, and it will fall into place. But this is an energy that you're purging as well, and you're working on. It has been blocking you. I feel you guys are needing to just get away, needing to just go somewhere. You know, there's no laughter at the moment. There's no happiness connected to it. And it's not that there wasn't or there isn't going to be at the moment. There just isn't. You know, you're not even seeing new opportunities. You're focused on one given direction at the moment, and that's very dominant. That's a very dominant energy. So it can be that you're looking at a situation from the past connected to romance. Christmas was crap. I did tell everyone that would happen. Well, when I'm saying crap, I mean, it was just a different energy. Things has shifted. Okay, problems are not going to be resolved. Temporary energy. Things happen for a reason. You need to raise your standards. You're almost feeling guilty connected to this. So the reason it's not actually moving is because you're actually feeling you're in the wrong, even though maybe you're not looking at as you in the reality base that you are wrong. So you're taking on some of the energy that you actually shouldn't be, because you actually need to purge it. There's no right, wrong. It's opinions, it's feelings, it's vibrations, it's what things are. We can't physically be everything for everyone. You needed to be honest with yourself, and this is why situations have happened. And again, it's because you have changed. Butterfly and all about change. Now, I've got many decks here. These are the ones I picked for these. So, new friendships are coming into your life. So, although you're not seeing, you know, you're focused on one area, and this, for some of you, in a romantic sense, is a person. Friends are around you, and they're going to be new people. And I hope to God that wasp is in my hair. And where the problem has not been solved, your friends are supporting you with this. You're going to have peace of mind connected to a situation you're working on. You're not raising your standards. This can be due to a previous relationship that you're healing over. You're feeling guilty connected to it, or you're feeling guilty connected to maybe a family member's partnership of what they're going through. But you feel, some of you will feel triggers inside of this person, inside of you, even though you're looking at it very differently because you're on the other side of that factor. It could be morphing through another person where you're having to address that aspect. That can be childhood related, and a trigger's coming up in the family. But the family related issues, there is a blessing. Please don't take them as a negative. It is for the family as a whole to grow, spiritually speaking. And to understand that internal work and, you know, your road, family directly will always be there. Some of our family members can actually be from our friendships, and this is where the family, the friends are coming in, is that they're going to fill a void, and this is happening for your family as well. People are going to come in to actually help you move through that energy. Now, that's a bit similar to the twin flame connection. Sometimes karmic situations energetically can come into your life where they will fit the bill, where perhaps the person directly could not help you purge that aspect because you were too close for comfort, if that makes sense. But family is becoming a real trigger for you, and I do feel that's anything directly connected to fertility for you guys. Some of you are thinking, gosh, my biological clock's ticking, what's going on? I mean, that came up in the couples reading, that was coming to fruition for some of them. Others of you, I feel as though you're thinking back to what you had and you're questioning, wasn't it a soulmate? You know, there was a lot of love there. You questioned the chemistry and it broke the trust because something transpired. You know, a lot of the forgiving is coming through this given family dynamic, because I swear, I hope I'm not going to get stung. You'll so laugh at me. Yes, I'm paranoid. I've got all the nets down. I'm stuck with it. Again, your friends are going to help you. Let's work out what else is going on. For some of you, this is soulmate twin flame. But, you know, maybe you felt with one person you dealt with in your past, they weren't. I've got some bizarre energies coming through. You're processing your family. Yeah. I would be laughing, but I wouldn't. I would be like, oh. I think directly speaking, you know who, look, I had a few questions the other day, and this was connected to twin flames. And I think this is relevant. It must be relevant for Librans in general. Now, energetically speaking, you can actually learn from a twin and then choose that has been your life path to come to closure with the section and move forward. Yes, energetically, you could physically do that. Yes, they would forever be connected to you, but there would have to be, in a sense, an ending of a cycle. Have I physically been through that? No. So 100% I can't answer that. From experience, energetically, triggers, signs, situations will come through. So I'm going to leave it at that for the moment, but I do feel you always energetically know who is. You do. Can you move away from it? Yes, you can. But the question connected to relationships in general for you, you guys are doing a lot of processing. You're doing a lot of looking, moving forward, moving back. You're assessing a situation. Some things that you're living through, you're not feeling that fantastic. You don't know what path to choose. You're questioning your instincts. You don't even know what way to go. You need to go with the flow. Because you are needing to go with the flow. There you go, confirmation. Go with the flow. It's energetically going to be shown to you what way to go. Okay, obstacles are going to be overcome. Some of these triggers that are coming up necessarily to be purged. That's why you're going through this in February. Things are, for February in general, I am feeling going to come out of left field. Okay, these are going to be blessings. So whatever you're going through, emotionally speaking, connected to romance, it is going to be a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. Now, let me see what cards to pull connected to who this person is, because I feel we're wanting to know. Got to work out which deck. Any questions while I'm tuning? Probably got 3 hours of cleaning now. Oh, look, twin energy, you'll just know. Even when you're questioning it, you'll know. You will know who the twin is. Yes, stagnation is going to end. Nothing ever stays the same forever. My beautiful saying to my family always was, think back over your life. Has anything ever stayed the same? Granted, shit happens, and it can happen. I'm on the internet. Things will happen where they will be crappy, but that is part of life. That's not that doesn't happen, but they don't stay the same forever. I will be very happy to cancel your birthday if you can't show me the respect. Please leave. Guys, you're making me angry. See, I can be a cow. Please go inside. Toxicity changes in twin flame connections. Well, this is the Libran reading, so Libran twin flames I can relate to, but not all twins. I will be doing a video connected to toxicity. I did have a spiritual reading I did do the other day. She's doing my head in. I just wanted to go back to school. She's super spoiled. But I will be doing videos connected to, you know, because they're blocks again. And sometimes when you're energetically pinpointing what someone needs to change, you know, if you're in hermit mode, that's what they're doing. You know, they're suppressing an aspect of their fears. And they're using a device, a tool, an implement, a substance to hold that. But then energetically, sometimes as twins, we can become toxic because we're empaths, we absorb vibrations. So if we've been around negative situations, we absorb negative energy, we do then become toxic. So it's about finding that right balance, especially relevant for Librans, you know, where you've got to find that, and I can't even say perfect because there's no such thing as perfect. It's about understanding where the trigger's coming from, directly dealing with the chakra points and the triggers of why they're coming about, and then being able to use them as tools and having your aha moments when it comes through. I'm going to shoot these children. Not physically, but should make her clean the toilet. Be a great mother, eh? That's the funny thing. I do feel if a person's your soulmate, your twin flame, a deep connection, I don't feel you can actually move past that till there's closure. Now, closure can come from reconnection, closure can come from purging, or closure can come from the reality of that connection's deep, and you just have to acknowledge it for what it is. And that can mean that they do come back into your life. And hopefully if the purging and the processing, you know, where energetically you've come to that place where you're ready to do it in a different way, then it will bode better. So for twins, that is an aspect of it where you do need to come to that place where you've done the work. And by no means are you going to move into that situation where you're ultimately perfect, but you're going to be more prepared to be able to take the challenges and work through it. And I mean, I would love to see, like, some of the readers that are twins and state they're twins, and they're talking about how beautiful and wonderful it is when they've reconnected. Really? There's work to be done. We are always growing, you know, within our soul, and even in traditional relationships, it's the same aspect. If no triggers came about spiritually, you would not grow, and that would equal stagnation. So feel blessed that those things happen, and go with the flow with it. Now, I have actually pulled some cards, and yes, I'm rolling a smoke. I'm cheap and nasty. I'm sorry. Now, there is going to be for you singles an offering. There's going to be something that's going to come through of an offering. Now, they are gifted by the gods, and it is written in the stars, and this is meant to be. So, please do not, you know, stress over it. When you were left out in the cold, this life is going to turn around. It's going to be different. Don't feel that's going to be forever. You will see it coming. Although you have been waiting a while for a change emotionally, but it is coming. It is there. And I feel vibrationally moving away from January into February, I sort of feel as though you know this. That's why I'm saying at the beginning of the reading, I was very much feeling as though on the 3D of what you're seeing, what you're being told, what you're hearing, and what's being shown is so not what's going to happen. So, and I don't know why that's relevant. It just keeps coming to me in a download. And I'm like, I was even for my own life, I mean, because I'm a Libran, but most of my zodiac is Cancer, so I do need to listen to that more. And for my Venus house is Scorpio, so bit of a mixed bag there. What I've been physically receiving energetically is, although I'm seeing things, sensing things, experiencing things, what I'm being told and what is to happen is going to be different. And I keep scratching my head thinking, well, why is that so? I don't understand. Maybe what I'm seeing is incorrect, but it keeps coming to me. So obviously this is going to be relevant for you guys. And look, the person involved might be immature, or it needs to mature in order to evolve. Or a situation may come about directly connected to this situation externally that does transpire immaturely, and this could be connected to children, or I don't know. It just feels as though past tense situation's going to crop up, and this doesn't feel directly related to you. This directly relates to another person who's romantically coming towards you and what energetically they're dealing with externally, tying up loose ends. Now, you're going to get grounded, things are going to flow, but it's not going to be perfect right away, and you're okay with that, as long as you see movement, but you know it's coming, but you're also going to be surprised because it's been so bloody long. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to have a smoke and I will answer some questions. We have gone so long, oh my god, over an hour. So hey guys, some energies are heavier than others. Any questions? I'm glad the January reading connected. Thank you. Any questions connected to February, or, you know, what you're sensing is coming through? I do feel for February, okay, question about twin. I do feel for February a lot of things are changing, but I do feel the left field situations is going to be messy. Energetically for Librans in jobs, I do feel as though there is mass growth. You are definitely a balanced problem solver. I feel it'll be back to a situation you were doing before. And when I say a situation, it feels more a job, like linked to a job you've done before. Yes, it's a live one, so it's saved, it's put in a folder and you can watch it again. So you can go back to the beginning. Don't ever feel you got to pull away. I mean, if you've got the gut instincts to pull away from a situation, then do so. But if you do feel that, you know, always follow your gut connected to things, but don't feel you got to retreat. When a person energetically you feel is connected to you, wait for it to transpire. You know, don't follow your gut, but just go with the flow. Yes, twins can mirror each other. Okay, we'll leave the twin scenarios and we'll just talk about February. How can you remember your dreams? Okay, this is the ironic one. Get more sleep, number one. Also, come to a place where you're asking for guidance. And then what you're going to find is if you're adequately slept, rested, that's probably the correct terminology, you'll find, try and pick one thing and state to yourself, before I sleep, I'm going to remember one aspect, and then it will open up. But generally speaking, the dreams that are really informative to you are the ones you're going to remember. So don't stress too much if you don't. You'll go through stages where you won't, because it's not relevant. Trust me, your dreams will still be there, and they'll be working with you on the 5D, but you won't even know it's happening. And it's because your ego is directly connected to it. So it's kind of blocking you from knowing what to do. Any other questions? Yeah, we go through both stages, remembering and not remembering. Sometimes when we are dealing with more of the 3D, that kind of goes by the wayside. It just depends for each person. Some people don't dream in colour. I do dream in colour. Love the break. So, for those of you, did this relate? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do we know what we're discussing here? The information I have relayed. Cool. Okay, well, when yes came up, George, see, I looked up and there was 1111. No, twin flames don't have to have an age gap. I think I discussed that before, and I will make a video about aspects of twins. And that can be that they can either be, one can be a bit more immature than the other, which is super uptight. And the uptight one generally is more immature internally, but on the exterior more mature, if that makes sense. So the facade, the mask, can be appearing to be very mature, but very restrictive on self. And the other soul can be very externally immature, but internally extremely strict on self. So it's sort of a mirroring, but vice versa. And my battery may die, so I hope this resonated, and I am going to go because my battery will die and then this won't be saved. So I love you all. If you're wanting a booking, I'll put the link directly below. Otherwise, have a great February. Bye, guys.